I support the one church plan because I believe we live in a broad and diverse denomination that needs room to exercise a variety of options. I believe there's actually unity in that. I have friends that are more traditional than I am, and they struggle when I say this, but I think that part of being a United Methodist, to my life experience, and I was born and raised in the United Methodist Church. I've logged as many hours as a person my age can log in the United Methodist Church. But my experience growing up is that we were unified in Christ, and we were unified in the Methodist way, the Wesleyan way of being a Christian. But that never meant we were of one mind on any number of other issues that were in our local community or in our national setting or in the world context. And so I have just found that being United Methodist has never meant that I had to agree with every single person in the congregation on every single thing. So when it comes to something as complex as LGBTQ inclusion, I believe in the one church plan because it allows people in Africa to do exactly what they feel is right in their culture and their context and from their faith perspective. But it also allows Americans to exercise the variety of opinions that you would find in a U.S. context, along with Europe and the other spaces. So I believe it reflects the United Methodist culture as I've lived it and understood it, and I think it does that in a time when, for the first time in America, one of the reasons this is really before us is that clergy are in a dual role when they do weddings. We are officiants of the church, but we're also bonded and licensed by the state to perform a civil ceremony while we are doing this so that the courthouse, the clerk of courts accepts our signature as a legitimate wedding. Well, for the first time in America, same-sex marriage is legal. And therefore, it is logical that our members are bringing the question to us as clergy, could you, will you? At the current time, with the way the Book of Discipline is written, we cannot. But there might be a time in the future when in America, clergy would have that ability, and that may help many clergy in the mission field they're in. So one of the things about the One Church plan is it requires you to think as much about how will this impact your local congregation, but it also requires you to think about how will this impact the community in which you're located. Now, in some communities, the answer may be, missionally, it's unwise for us to change our practice. But in some communities, it would absolutely assist clergy and congregations to be able to do so.